The women's match includes Liv Morgan, fantastic. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, fantastic. Naomi, Bailey, Roxanne Perez, double fantastic. I mean, this has three of my favorites going into the match. I'm thrilled about it. But before we get into the winner, who do you think should be looked at as maybe a dark horse? Who's the person that maybe people are overlooking that maybe WWE surprises and they have her face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania?
Honestly, we're talking a dark horse. Let's go the darkest. Let's go Roxanne Perez. She just got called up. And well, let me not get ahead of myself. Hasn't officially been called up.
Coming,
however, we all know it's coming. You know what I mean? We'll get into that. But like, big showing in the Royal Rumble. Broke the women's record for longevity in terms of a Rumble match. Won her qualifying match against Raquel Rodriguez. Gotta love a big versus little matchup. David versus Goliath type of deal. And Roxanne is the goods. Anybody who's been watching her in NXT, man, she delivers as a face. When she kind of, got forced into the heel role, a lot of questions about whether she can handle that. She has passed with flying colors. She has been a sensational character. She really is the total package. And what better way to introduce her to the big time than just, putting her in the deep end and putting her up against Rhea, a very beloved baby face. Roxanne's character is like perfect to play off of that. So I wouldn't be surprised if, and that's what I'm loving about this women's chambers match. We can talk about the men's match in a little bit as well. I think there's a couple of interesting directions that they can go, which aren't out of the question. You know what I mean? Like, there may be some scenarios that are probably a little more obvious, but if Roxanne wins it, I don't think anybody would be upset about that. I think the fans would get on board for it. And in terms of in-ring, we know that she can deliver, so it'd be a fantastic matchup. Wouldn't be upset if that dark horse dream came true.
And I don't have a different pick. That would be my pick too. And what's funny too is that I said to the wife like a month ago, man, when Roxanne gets called up, I want to see her face Rhea Ripley. We got a taste of it. And the wife not happy with that. She's such a hater. But we got a taste of that this past week where Raquel Pennington, in terms of the small versus big, how Roxanne will perform against much bigger athletes. And that match was great. I mean, Raquel doesn't get enough credit how good she is. But that match was good. So I can only imagine a Rhea match would be great. So, I mean, then, since we kind of agree on the dark horse, then I'll go into who I pick. And this one, I think you nailed it. It's wide open. It's not as obvious as the men's or how often Elimination Chamber matches can be. I think the ones we could eliminate are Alexa. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think she's going to go, get the opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised. We've been getting clear hints that something with the Y6 is going to happen. And maybe that is really pushed further at Elimination Chamber. Bailey, she's not going to win. That's not an option. It really is. It's either, and Liv is not going to go and face Rhea Ripley again. That's not going to happen. So it's really down to Bianca, Naomi, oh my God, and then Roxanne Perez. I just feel when you really break it down and look at it, it's Bianca. And I think that's a great choice. One, because Bianca's, we've seen, enough of her as a tag team performer. She needs to go back to singles. She spent a whole year away from the major titles, the major singles titles, letting everybody get their chance. But we can't deny she's a top star. That clearly that Jade Cargill mystery attacker storyline is going to turn up soon to separate them, for them to not have the tag titles anymore. And also just Bianca and Rhea is something we haven't seen yet. As much as we've seen a lot of things and they have to fill TV time, that's a great matchup that we have yet to see each other. So just like the best female athletes on the roster in a ever where the female roster is stacked. So I think it has to be Bianca. Is there any reason to believe it wouldn't be her, or are you on board? She's just kind of the obvious choice when you look at it.
Yeah, no, I'm on board. I talk about other scenarios, but if we're talking about the best scenario, the most obvious scenario, even by process of elimination, the way you broke it down, it really is Bianca. Because if it was going to be Naomi, it'd basically be the same story as it would be with Bianca, and Bianca's the better option in that case. Roxanne's more the dark horse, and like you said, Bailey and Liv aren't exactly the freshest opponents in this scenario, and Alexa has her own thing that she's going to lead into, what it seems like. So yeah, Bianca's the best choice. Both in terms of story and in terms of in-ring quality. To your point, Bianca and Rhea have kind of come up at the same time and been the marquee stars of this generation of the women's division. So to put them against each other is a WrestleMania matchup. This is the time of year where you want those dream kind of matchups that are going to hit. fans are still behind the both of them. You know, Bianca, like you said, has been kind of in the tag division for the better part of the last year, and fans still get it when she comes out that she is a star. Has not diminished her in the least. So to put her back in this position and potentially have the payoff of the Jade Cargill situation, to see whatever direction that goes, you know, to see who's responsible. Is it one of them? Is it something with Jade? You know, that playing into the intrigue just adds more to it. Bianca's the best choice leading into it, and I think we're gonna end up seeing that happen.
And it's cool too, because when you look at the options, it's like, obviously this is all fictional, but it's all about believability. And it's like, who really could beat Rhea? That's one of the people you can point to say, yeah, if she beat her, that makes sense. Like, she's just as athletic, probably more athletic, skilled, like she's can do it. And then, you know, then just if she doesn't win, at least it wasn't like she won the Royal Rumble and then you get this unfortunate payoff of a Royal Rumble winner that doesn't win at WrestleMania. Although I hope the women's Royal Rumble winner doesn't win at WrestleMania this year. But, you know, at least they have directions. At least it'll be, we're unsure. Rhea's probably would win that, but there's a chance it can go a lot of directions. Maybe we get like a Bianca Belair heel turn or something like that. Would be great. But